All right, John Cena versus Seth Rollins in the middle of the show, stacking up the beginning part, and then we'll just lay it down from here on out. You have a Divas match, you got your chairs match. It looks like your TLC is going to be your main event with Dean Ambrose going up against Bray Wyatt. Honestly, very surprised that Cena versus Rollins for the #1 contendership is not the main event here. Honestly, when it comes down to Royal Rumble time, if it is going to be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, no way in hell that doesn't main event that show. That being in the middle of the show leaves it very, very weird. I know that Brock did wrestle on the Royal Rumble last year, and it wasn't the main event with Batista winning it, closing out the show. But John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, that has to be the main event, and only a few times can I really think of. I know the Mysterio one. I know that the Cena win, followed by the Rock versus Punk, that one also didn't main event. So very weird that more than likely the Royal Rumble this year isn't going to be main eventing the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which will probably tell you the winner of the Royal Rumble will not be in the main event of WrestleMania 31 as well. We'll get back on track. I forgot what I was even talking about. I was start throwing out predictions on what I thought WrestleMania 31 was going to be. But John Cena versus Seth Rollins, happening with the tables match here. Very early on in the match, you saw the tone set for this basically as 3-on-1. I like the part of basically sending out Paul Heyman to basically be impartial, but be at ringside, scouting and seeing what was going on between Rollins versus Cena. Saw Cena going for a table a few times to be blocked by the mall cop security of Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble, who were on the outside basically pulling tables out of Cena's hands. Cena couldn't go to attack him because if he would have took his eyes off of Seth Rollins would have came from behind and took the advantage in the match. But honestly, whole bunch of carnage inside of this, and basically, even the ref took a bump to the outside, where basically he was down and had to be checked on he had to be basically checked up on by a referee. I fell for this. They showed it very, very clear as day, basically showing that the ref was down, and then Cena and Rollins were fighting inside of the ring. Cena was able to hit the FU, sending Rollins through a table, and I was like, yeah, Cena won! We gotta win! And he's gonna be the new #1 contender, well, I guess still #1 contender, and be going on to fight Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble. But it turned out that because the ref was down, the ref didn't see it, so basically just set up the fact that it didn't matter. Mercury and Noble got into the ring, cleared up the mess, basically taking care of a table, pulling it out of the ring, and basically making it look like it was never there. Cena started fighting Mercury and Noble for once, where he picked up both of them, hit the double FU on the mall cop security, sending them through a table, but then having to turn the fight, basically going through to Seth Rollins. There was a point in the match where basically Rollins and Cena were on the outside fighting to get into the ring. Both took a bump to the outside where they both went through a table at the same time. Basically at this point, the bell rang. The ref basically sort of teased that this is going to be some sort of a draw. One ref raised Cena's hands, another one raised Rollins' hands. An announcement had to be made of who was the winner and what they were going to do. I honestly was pissed. I was at the point of saying, well, if Cena's going to lose his #1 contendership, Rollins should lose his Money in the Bank. And maybe I thought maybe this would come down to maybe pushing the Brock Lesnar match back again. Maybe they could have a match at the Royal Rumble for the true #1 contender to be see who it could really be. But the announcement was made that the match must continue. Immediately after the match continuing, basically they started fighting inside of the ring. Big Show made his way down to the ring and started pushing some people around. He came down and gave Cena some good old body shots, and then he teased that he was going to give him a choke slam when the Roman Reigns music went. And I mean, the pop was fast, but the pop was loud. People, I think, expected to see Roman Reigns sooner than later, but it was good, basically, to hear Roman Reigns. Roman made his way, like his Shield entrance, where he comes down through the crowd. It would have sucked if, I don't know, if you ran to the bathroom and you just happened to see them setting up for the Roman Reigns entrance and you had this spoiled for you. But basically, Reigns, he got into the ring. He gave a Superman punch and a spear. The spear took out big show, and then the Superman punch set up Rollins for the attitude adjustment through the table for John Cena to get the win. But I'm big time excited. Cena gets the win over Rollins. Cena and Reigns basically they partied and celebrated outside. Inside the ring. Then Cena made his way up to the ramp where basically he yelled out for Brock Lesnar and for Paul Heyman, "Tell the Beast that I'm ready," and that he's coming. So I'm guessing that Cena versus Rollins is going to be, Cena versus Brock is going to be at the Royal Rumble, and that is the match that they're going to be setting up for with Brock Lesnar's return to Monday Night Raw tomorrow. So be ready and be looking forward to that. From here on out, we'll be watching the next ones, counting down to that big TLC match.